Placement is the sensation of vibration in your mouth when you sing. A bad placement will feel like it's in your throat. A good placement will feel like it's behind your cheekbones, or a really forward placement will feel like it's near your teeth. Forward placement is crucial for good resonance and a healthy tone. A nice forward placement is a sign that you are singing well. If you're singing in your throat or have a far back placement, you'll sound dull, unhealthy, froggy, strained, constricted, and not free and open. Now, what can we do to get a better placement? First thing you can do is look at your tongue position. Not the tip of your tongue, but your tongue root. If you roll your tongue forward like this and stick your thumb under your jaw, you might feel your tongue root pop up or get out of the way. If you look at opera singers, they put their tongue roots way out of the way. Pavarotti will look like this. Ah! Really far forward tongue. And that is a good exercise to try to get your tongue out of the way. So, roll your tongue forward. You can even stick your tongue out of your mouth and sing some scales. Ah. It's very easy to get a bright, twangy, forward placement by sticking your tongue out of your mouth. Now, if your tongue is tense, it won't want to come out of your mouth or will want to pull back. If your tongue is pulling back as you're singing with your tongue out of your mouth, it means you are still tense. So another thing you need to do with your tongue is to relax it. So forward and relaxed tongue will help give you a forward placement. The reason is your tongue pulling back contributes to the feeling of you singing from your throat. It is choking the noise. If you swallow, you'll feel your tongue pull back. That is the motion of your tongue when you are tense. You are starting to swallow and you're starting to swallow that sound. If you keep your tongue forward and relaxed, the tongue root forward and relaxed, then you'll create room to create the resonance and bring that placement forward. Now, the second thing we can do is to add twang, or learn to have control over twang. Twang is that really buzzy sound that opera singers use and country singers use, but every singer who has good placement uses it to some extent. It sounds like this. Na 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 na. It happens when your epiglottis lowers down and compresses the sound. It's also your larynx raising a small bit as well, which creates a nice vocal cord closure, which helps actually give you a better support, thus giving you a better placement. So it's an all-round helper. To learn how to do twang properly, think of a little kid, the school bully, who is teasing you. He'll sound like this. Na 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 na. Now make sure your tongue doesn't pull back. You don't want to na 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 na. That's a bad backwards placement. You want it forward, you want it out, you want it relaxed, and you want it buzzy. Na 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 na. Now if you sing with this, you'll sound a bit like a country singer. Blue moon, you saw me standing alone. Very, very twangy. That's a very, very forward placement. It almost feels like my teeth are rattling. It's so buzzy. Now, one other thing we can do to increase our placement, to bring our placement forward, is actually to project. If you are a bit of a shy singer, or you feel a little bit scared as you sing, you might be quite quiet. And instead of reducing the volume, what you can do is close over the top. You get tense all around here because you are trying to be quiet by swallowing the noise, like I was talking about earlier. Instead, if you project, you might find that your throat opens up, and your placement will go into a healthier position. You won't feel like you're singing in your throat anymore if you actually project. Now, a good way to get used to projecting is actually just to yell. Think calling out. Don't think scream. Think like a, "Hey, how are you? Hello there." It should feel very healthy. It should feel very open. And you should feel like you're not constricting. If you are screaming, then you're constricting. If you're calling out or doing a healthy yell, then you're nice and open and you're projecting. Now you should find there's more of a buzziness or more of a forwardness or less of that feeling of being in your throat. Now, if you're struggling to hear if your placement is forward or back or if it's really twangy, what you can do, you can download the Sing app and then go to the placement AI. If the green circle is really low, it means you're singing in your throat or you're unsupported or you're not projecting. It means that your placement is too far back. Now, if it's about halfway high, that's really good. That is a good, healthy placement. Anything above halfway high, you start going into a more really forward placement, which is more twangy. Now, how do you know what placement to use once you're over halfway up? Well, you can look at the guides. If you are singing with a more modern style, the guides will show you where to put your placement. If you're singing in a more classical style, then the guides will also show you where to place your placement. Now, the app actually does this for the other vocal types as well, and you can combine them together to help improve your voice, but it's recommended that you just start with the one. You can click the links below to download the app today. If you want to learn more about your voice and how you can use technology to improve it, then click the subscribe button and the like button, and I'll see you in the next video.